Imagine living in a world where catching a simple illness could become a death sentence. People blamed disease on bad air, evil spirits, or even punishment from God. No one truly knew why people became sick. Then, one quiet doctor decided he wasn't satisfied with guessing. Armed with nothing more than a microscope, endless curiosity, and remarkable determination, he uncovered a truth that transformed medicine forever. His name was Robert Koch, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why millions of people are alive today because of one man's discoveries. The late 1800s was a frightening time. Diseases like tuberculosis, anthrax, and cholera spread rapidly across towns and cities. Doctors watched helplessly as patients died. Some believed poisonous air caused disease. Others blamed poor weather. Many thought illness simply appeared out of nowhere. Although scientists like Louis Pasteur had already shown that microorganisms existed, one enormous question remained unanswered. Could a specific germ actually cause a specific disease? Nobody had convincing proof. Until Robert Koch. Unlike many famous scientists, Robert Koch didn't begin his career in a prestigious laboratory. He was simply a country doctor working in rural Germany. By day, he treated ordinary patients. By night, his home became a laboratory. Hour after hour, he studied tiny organisms under his microscope. While the rest of the world slept, Koch searched for answers that no one else could find. Little did he know, those late nights would change medical history forever. Koch chose to investigate anthrax, a disease devastating farms across Europe. Looking through his microscope, he repeatedly noticed tiny rod-shaped bacteria inside infected animals. But seeing bacteria wasn't enough. He needed proof, so he isolated the bacteria. He grew them in pure culture, then introduced them into healthy animals. The healthy animals developed anthrax. He isolated the exact same bacteria once again. For the very first time in history, someone had scientifically proven that one microorganism caused one specific disease. Medicine had entered a completely new era. But Koch didn't stop there. He wanted scientists everywhere to test diseases using the same logical method. So he developed what became known as Koch's four postulates. They were surprisingly simple. First, the suspected microorganism should always be found in diseased individuals. Second, it must be isolated and grown in pure culture. Third, introducing that microorganism into a healthy host should reproduce the disease. And finally, the same microorganism must be recovered from the newly infected host. These four principles became the foundation of modern medical microbiology. Even today, although scientists have refined them to account for viruses and other exceptions, Koch's ideas still influence how we investigate infectious diseases. Then came the discovery that made Robert Koch world famous: tuberculosis. At the time, TB was responsible for millions of deaths around the world. Entire families watched loved ones slowly waste away, with no one knowing the true cause. On March 24, 1882, Koch stepped before a room of scientists and revealed something extraordinary. He had identified the bacterium responsible for tuberculosis. Not only had he seen it, he had developed special staining techniques to make it visible. He isolated it, studied it, and proved it caused the disease. For the first time in history, humanity knew exactly what caused one of its deadliest killers. Just 1 year later, Robert Koch made another groundbreaking discovery. While investigating deadly cholera outbreaks in Egypt and India, he identified the bacterium responsible for the disease. His discoveries revolutionized public health. Cities improved sanitation. Hospitals strengthened infection control. Scientists developed better methods to identify disease-causing microorganisms. Then in 1905, the scientific world honored Robert Koch with the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine, not simply because he studied tuberculosis, but because he discovered the bacterium that caused it. That single breakthrough transformed medicine forever. Today, every microbiology laboratory carries part of Robert Koch's legacy. Whenever scientists isolate bacteria, identify an infectious organism, or investigate the cause of an outbreak, they are using principles that trace back to Koch's work more than a century ago. His discoveries laid the foundation for modern microbiology, infectious disease research, epidemiology, and laboratory diagnosis. Quite simply, without Robert Koch, modern medicine would look very different. One doctor, one microscope, and one question that changed the world. Robert Koch didn't just discover bacteria. He proved that specific microorganisms cause specific diseases, a discovery that forever changed medicine and continues to save millions of lives. So here's a question for you. If Robert Koch had never made these discoveries, how long do you think it would have taken humanity to uncover the true causes of infectious diseases? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy fascinating stories about microbiology, medicine, and the invisible world that shapes our lives, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because here, every microbe has a story and every discovery changed the world.